Well done. Pẹ̀lẹ́.
Some people got it on their wedding day, and it's amazing that it was a time when there was up on our naira, a time where you can have 500,000 and you can get a car.
Sure.
When you can have 300,000 and you can get a car.
500,000.
Yeah, the time when you can have 50,000 you can buy a land, but we are in an era where you need about 10 million to get a very good car. And then when we have 70,000 minimum wage, we are in an era where our take home cannot take us to the junction
Bus stop.
or to bus stop. Anyways, another beautiful week, another beautiful Monday, and it's a delight to be on the table this morning. I am Ambassador Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. For sure, they can call me real. Weekend was fantastic because church was involved for me, anyways, and from about 1 month and 2 weeks, last weekend was the first weekend that I had to be in the house. And then I rested a little bit. No shows, no also, no events, but eventually not coming. But we are trusting God. Anyways, I have my colleagues on set. Immediate left. He's not with a person, but a colored barrister. A barrister with steez. A barrister that does not handle divorce. She will rather refer because she has the fear of God in her. She believes what God has joined together, let no man.
Good morning, Vio. Good morning, Mr. Biola.
Good morning.
Vio is high.
Yeah.
And he's really very, very cute.
Oh, no.
And Mr. Biola is looking English as usual.
Oh, Spanish.
And
and nobody's looking at bookish.
so it's a beautiful morning. I am Barrister Pinkett.
To Friday, we want to be excited on this program. So let's start with that. The immediate left of my immediate left, I have Biola in the studio. Biola is smiled in the studio this morning. Yes, we are both using bow tie, but different style of bow tie.
Spanish,
this
English.
is a Spanish bow tie, and then he's using English bow
yeah.
tie. But no problem. 2-1 today, Barrister Pinkett is the only female in our mix. I don't know what's going to happen. The first trending story I want to talk about today, I want to see if it will be woman supporting woman this morning, or like they said on social media, women supporting women. A lot of people in Nigeria today don't understand feminism. They feel you have improved, then you are growing. But then if you're looking at other people, because you don't even know what they do to grow, and then they might grow to a particular level and they will pause. That might be like their peak. And you are still picking up, you are growing. But because you haven't gotten to that their peak, you want to start competing. So something happened to a popular Nigerian actor, but a female actor anyways. Her name is Regina Daniel, that got married at a very, very young age. Very, very teenage age. Maybe a teenage for / youth. I think it was like 18 or thereabout. Got married to a man who is old enough to give birth. Let's say you are matured and you can handle, a lot of things. They want and have multiple. So when you see a woman of value, you want to be there regardless the age and have multiple. So when you see a woman of value, you want to be there regardless the age. After all, it happened even before the arrival of generations. So Regina Daniel once said, it is better to cry in a Ferrari than to laugh in Keke Napep. Ferrari than to laugh in Keke Napep. Unfortunately, she's actually crying in a Ferrari now. And then over the weekend, there was a news that broke the internet that is in their house. Now, I'm wondering how a senator wants to send thugs in his house. I don't want to be a judge on this matter, and that's why I want to tender it. Let's start on this note. Nigerians are fond of jumping into conclusion and taking side quickly. They don't ask for other side. Now, with was Regina Daniel. And I was of the opinion, like, no, you are older than Regina Daniel. Leave the money. Let's talk about people want to lie to each other, right? That it's not 100%. So if somebody like Annie Dibia is coming back to social media through Regina Daniel, then something actually binds them together. Now, Regina Daniel claimed that there is a physical assault on her by the husband. Maybe the husband hit her. Then just yesterday, the husband broke the silence to say Regina Daniel is abusing drugs and alcohol, and whenever she's not herself, she tends to destroy properties. And she showed one of their Ferrari cars where she broke the screen
and even table
because she was angry. But it's funny how Nigerians are now coming to say, oh, he got married to that girl where the girl does not know anything. The girl has a mother, he has a father, as siblings. That goes to social media to prove to us that the fact that I married old man does not mean anything. After all, I'm enjoying. So to me, if you are enjoying and now there is a problem, why not just face the consequences? Because even if you get married to a pastor or a far, there is still a consequences to that. There is nothing in this life that does not have consequences. It's just you. If you buy a car today, a car, it has a consequence. Because at the point you want to service it, you want to buy this, you will buy fuel. The punishment. So Barrister Pink, I want to come to you now. As a woman, do you think, or let me not say do you think, let me ask, what is your take in the ongoing conflict between the young wife Regina Daniel and wife of an old man, let me say old man, got an award as a senator in Nigeria?
Okay, there's something people don't understand. Maturity is not about age. It's what you have decided for yourself. So what I saw there is that I think it's not a bad thing if an old man marries a younger person, even if vice versa, as in if it's the reverse. But the truth about it is the maturity you display there. I hope you understand. And when they are talking about drugs, how I wish somebody I told before moving to the States, she listened to me. I told her the abuse of drugs is being used. Why? Because sometimes instead of them to get props for the smoking scene, they will actually bring the cigarettes, light it, on it to be real. But they actually have fake cigarettes that you can use, and it will be fake smokes that will come out, and you pop. And that's what, when they ban smoking, maybe in the movie, most people don't understand. Because a lot of people that maybe when they end up with drugs, I hope you understand, trying to sustain them, trying to maintain themselves, but was rolling this Igbo for her in front of her husband. I hope you understand. So they say I'm a very open person on social media. I cook, I do so many things, but there are some things I don't like showing people. I might stand in front of my house and snap, but rarely will you stay inside. Only once in a while, maybe once a year, when I'm eating, you sit here. When I'm like this, that kind of thing. So she's not strategic about her social media communication.
Do you think she have issue with her age and the kind of person?
To me, I'm not.
Do you think she wasn't trying to defend her mom?
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I don't think so, because the way she spoke, she saw the money. Because if you have been to Ned Woko's house in Delta State, it's a tourist site. People go there to do tour, so you don't need to go near the house. People go around. So according to report, that's where he saw her and found out that, they are from the same place and all that. People go there to watch, or they have like a private zoo, landscape. So it's where people go. But the truth about this whole thing is that she wanted it. As a young girl, you want beautiful things.
Bless the marriage.
No, the parents, when you say parents, just one parent saw. The mother noticed that if she try to counter this girl, there will be distance between both of them. Sometimes parents make...
Mother has much influence.
No, sometimes you think people read everything until you just come across one article and you think the person has been seeing it. No, that is not the case. I wanted it, right? And from her, the way she moves, the way she does things, you know that all those things attracts her. In front of the Ferrari, in front of this one, she's wearing the clothes. So that is what she wants. If you check all Dangote's ex-wives, do you know what they were complaining? And you see other girls say, a man kept you in all these words. You are complaining about the loneliness and all. So these are people that also maybe come from a very extreme rich family. Okay. I even need your presence.
Barrister Pink, now even like no.
Which is wrong.
This is a lady that is old enough to be your daughter.
Yeah.
How will you marry and maltreat her, and then the man can alcohol? And you said you have just justified in court of law and you can prove it, then it's done. That there was in court of law and you can prove it, then it's done. That there was a place where she was taking shisha, and somebody was rolling
in front of the husband,
using it, and somebody was rolling
in front of the husband,
using it, That means he probably knows what he's saying. He came out with evidence to say, see, she destroyed saying. He came out with evidence to say, see, she destroyed this car, she destroyed the city's car, she destroyed the city room.
I might believe him. You know why? If you pay attention to that video, there was a man that have this Hausa accent, that was trying to calm her down. You're trying to calm her down. You understand? So maybe danger to you.
I don't want to
understand. So maybe danger to you.
I don't want to.
So maybe she saw red.
And she was going to.
Yes. Maybe she saw red.
All right. Thank you.
That's
thank
the
you,
thing I saw.
Thank you, Barrister Pink. Let me go straight to Abiola Ismail. Abiola Ismail, on this note, what's your take to
Adam Ashamali? One. The billionaire in Lekki, Aja.
Eleganza, yeah.
Two. Just like that. Even our foreign minister, Bianca.
Yes,
let's look at the age. Exactly. We have examples, good examples.
And they were able to manage those men.
Exactly.
So to back what Barrister Pink said, depend on maturity, how you handle it. Yes, we know feminism. They might want can also be your daughter.
Okay.
But in this case, she is a wife. The difference between being a wife and a daughter. Yes, she can be if the man has given birth to who that are aged than her. But in this case, with what Barrister Pink just explained, using the law angle, you can see that Regina must have been influenced by friends. Yes, you are not enjoying your wedding, plus or minus, I don't know. But what could have led her into?
Because of the wealth.
Actually. Good. Because I have a solid example. I mentioned it, but I didn't want to expatiate. I told somebody that I know very well, if you are moving to the States, don't keep unnecessary friends. Keep friends that either they are from your country, that you can relate with, and you know their parents. But she ended up, she got there, she didn't know what they were taking.
Yeah. When you mentioned the original, I said, okay, this story, it's good to start on Monday so that people would learn. We learn from mistakes. We also learn from good things, if we can follow these steps. And you said something very vital. You don't know where somebody started. And you only see that this man is growing, but you don't know where the man is growing to. Every one of us should not pick the good or the bad or the ugly, because your own line is different from where this person is coming from.
True.
When Shadi Okoya got married, it was hue and cry. Why? The old man, this and that. But today, Shadi Okoya is the CEO. She is the all in all, the financial.
Matured.
But she's, in fact, I love her. The way she's taking care of the empire of this man. Now, look at Bianca. Today, everybody can
give Ojuku's legacy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, for our own case, it could be influence from friends. She's not. She's trying to guide her mom or respect that legacy. That no, it's not my mom that forced me into it. It could be
taking of their courses. You can beat your wife. Am I correct?
Well, I cannot be my wife.
No, I'm just saying it was stated instead when you get to an extreme case, you can beat her to correct. I saw it.
Correct?
Yes.
Well,
You've never come across that
my
lecture
Al-Haji.
Yes,
Islam.
I did Islamic law.
Okay. Let's not bring that. I think if we are going to have this, I find the studio. I have to come to the studio. That's no. So I was about to say, if we are going to talk anything religious and go this deep, then there must be a professional or Alpha that study Islam to come have that conversation with us in this place. So I am sorry to all our viewers or listeners that I won't be able to go further on that one in particular. Yes, okay. But let's move forward in the. The first person she appeared with on social media was Regina Daniel, and I kind of constructively criticized it because Annie first has more experience in life. Not coming back with somebody like Obieze Kwezili. I'm just citing an example. A mature people that will tell you facts without any form of bias, right? Now, one of the things that Two-Face said about Annie Dibia was on drugs, and Annie was even at the rehabilitation center when she came out. So it's looking kind of a slow case. So if you are keeping friends that do it difficult, and when I say like, okay, this thing might bring such influence, I just feel like, okay, it is time to cut some people off. It's not a bad idea to cut some friends off because you are not comfortable with things that they do. It's a normal thing. But in this case, I feel Regina, there were other wives. That was what he said. He said, have I ever beaten any of my husbands? There are some things, there are some dreams that would actually to go down, as a matter of fact. There are things Regina probably wanted to do with a kind of aged man that she cannot do with Ned Nwoko.
But she took it into cognizance that I want to marry this man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying at that time.
This man is old.
And Abiola Ismail, I host wedding. So I was at a particular wedding where the chairman said to sleep, they decide what to wear, they decide. That's the first level. The second level is a negotiation stage where you say, Mommy, I don't want to do this. You guys negotiate, you will do this. Mommy, I'm not coming home today. Where are you going? Let me tell Daddy. Like, you guys negotiate at that time. Then the third one is the child is taken leveled proper. At 18. You are not there. So I feel like the mother forget that the mother was also in that movie industry.
Yeah. Okay.
She was acting in that industry. And then the mother was more like a manager or a mentor. So even if Regina was going to take an ambassador contract, the mother would change. Does, man, or he was not paid directly to her, her mother, because her mother dragged her inside there. So to me, her mother must have done it on her own personal interest because of what she would gain. Because there was a time that it was trending that the traditional parents, we allowed that.
What happened during the Senate?
But that is the traditional parents that gave up. No.
What happened during the
person Adam Oshiomhole got married to? Where is she from?
You are talking about. Do you know how many?
We feel Regina made this decision by herself, sole decision. I'm sitting on this table and I'm expressing my own feeling.
I want to go ahead. I want to marry this man.
Exactly. That's what she said.
To have it.
Yes.
Certainly, I want to believe that when she got home and tell Mom,
in the lag at 100 level or 200 level.
I'm just giving you an example.
It was everywhere in the newspapers back then in the 90s.
But today,
and everybody was like, why is this lady beautiful like this, marrying this man? But let me tell you, when they interviewed this man, the man said high intelligence.
Can you see?
Okay,
I love her.
Okay, we are going to. That's the best we can take on this case because then there are a lot to talk about. But then I'll just keep low. I know the younger ladies outside there, yes, are very. Talk about the protest that is supposed to happen today. Firstly, you should remember that today is October 2025. Then don't forget that October 2020. There was a problem in Nigeria, somewhere on the island, at what's it called? The Lekki toll gates, where you have the hashtag #EndSARS protesters that lead to hashtag bad governance, and the government had to forcefully shut down protesters through the help of the military. Until today, some people still cry outside that they haven't seen their people or their persons. Well, today is the anniversary, and again, today is the day where somebody who happens to be a politician and, of course, an activist, his name is Omoyele Sowore, has decided that he's going to take up the street to fight for a tribe that is not his. I'm saying he wants to fight for the president or the convener of the indigenous people of Biafra. But then
they're not going to.
I haven't seen the Anyeze Indibo come out to say, oh, we are there. I haven't seen the 5 governors in the East to come out to say, we are here. I haven't seen senators and House of Representative members, honorables of State House, so Villa, where His Excellency stays. And of course, going to some places like the National Assembly and other government parastatals that are very close to the House of Villa to say, see, we want to protest. You must free Mazi in a
the police from stopping the protest.
Also stop who?
The police. No, the police are already filing okay, they want to stop protest. And the court says no, they have
can't
the right.
stop the protest. They have the right to protest.
But there is restriction.
So there's a restriction.
Restriction of places. Don't go to us.
They have good people coming in.
There's a positive.
Certainly, there's positive, exactly. But unfortunately for Nigeria, it was a bad thing for us. You know, having a mammoth crowd of youth coming out in one voice that, okay, we don't want this, we don't want that, and they were able to go. But when it was getting out of hand, when the federal government has to use the mighty power of the military. He also is coming out as a one-man show, one-man protest, that kind of detention. That is one. The Showore's own, everybody knows. Anytime he's coming out, go and look at the antecedent, what he has done before. It is either just to kick against the government or just to bring people out and show the bad side of what government is doing. He has never seen anything good.
Do you think it's a bad thing to show the bad side?
No, it's good. It's good. But what I was expecting from him is to have at least get the backup of all the states.
All the states in Southeast.
At least.
That not the governor decamping to APC, including the governor of that is not even in support of breaking Nigeria. That means trying to say he's not in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kalu's movement. And then somebody came from Ondo State. Somebody who has never contested for local government chairman in the state. And I mean, let's test Showore's popularity in like stopping. This is their right to protest, even if they are going to protest in the bedroom or the front of the bedroom of the president. As long as the Constitution 1999 has amended, stated it clearly that you can actually do this. It's not protest. For who's talking now is the Federal High Court. You cannot protest as Aso Villa. That's where our president lives. President says the court is saying don't. The same court is saying you can protest, but you can't go to some places. I mean, this is Nigeria where you feel like we should be anywhere we want to be, as long as you have what it takes to be called a Nigerian. Barrister Pink, you are a lawyer. What's your take?
Number one, Showore is a Nigerian.
Yeah.
So he's not looking at tribe, not understanding it, or whatever he created. A lot of people died. And if those people are still seeking for justice, some people were saying, oh, free him. After all, they brought him back illegally. But unfortunately, he was on the run. He was granted bail and he's not supposed to leave the country. And he left, and even left his shorty hanging because there are millions of naira attached to that. So people are not seeing all these steps legally. All what they see is that they brought in him, they brought in her. He's my tribe. 2, they don't like when they've gone. Before you bring them back, it takes a very long time. And that's why most of the Eastern governors don't want to be part of this. Because before you queer this thing that they want, so they don't want such in this. Somebody will deliberately come in the market and spray people bullets. I hope you understand. So it's like it's encouraging criminality. And people don't know that when you, just like in the north, when you strike one fire, by the time Amajiri has done all the damage, that's when towards the Aso Rock. I was opportuned when we are being called to back to be opposite Aso Rock. The driver we hired wanted to turn to Rock. The driver we hired wanted to turn somewhere around, and the clock gun at us and said, this place is where the vice president passes. Just imagine this crowd walking towards Aso Rock. I don't want to say something will happen, no, but anything that will happen, they've warned you people, and they've told you people that there are restricted places you can gather. So the truth about this thing, I would have even loved Showore, but he's also go ahead. You don't know who is there. So people should be very, very careful, encouraging all this, let us go and assemble. They've told you where to assemble. Please, stay, just go and assemble. They've told you where to assemble. Please, stay there. voice out, maybe they will listen to you. But don't walk towards Aso Rock, because I've experienced it before and I know what I saw. And these men, they are in marks pointing gun at us that if we don't, so we say, no sir, we just want, see, they are not listening. They've already clocked the gun. So what I heard, I was even praying this morning that they should be smart enough not to even assemble. Because this Because this thing will go beyond. Because some people, all what they want to do is to just get to Aso Rock and drag our president. Maybe they've watched too many Roman movies, how people rush to Nero's palace and start scattering things. They will loot, definitely. But is it for our benefit in Nigeria? No. Because we've always been seen as lawless. But this one will get to a point that, well, Nigeria must be one.
So I feel like the Easterners need to take the movement, by themselves, because it has to do with them. It has to do with the development of the Southeast Commission. And don't forget that now the 6 regions now have their own commissions. They have the Southeast Commission, Southwest Commission, South-South Commission, and Obaririwan Akiolu, was against it to the extent that he went to court. Like, you want to promote my tradition without my consent? How? There will be missing stories, and that might cause another thing, because we are in a country where the Oba of Benin will just put the release and say, oh, Benin are the owner of Lagos Island, when the king is there, So now you want to come and fight for the Southeasterners, for somebody who is who they see as a leader, in the
no,
East.
We don't. Please, don't generalize.
That's you, Barrister Pink. I'm doing my job.
Leadership.
Who they see as a leader does not mean he's a leader, right? So I can see you as a woman and you're a man. I see Bobrisky as a man, but he see himself as a woman, right? All Southeast don't see him as leader. He has followers and he has influence. This man says sit at home every morning. I'm hosting the show.
Okay.
Right? Thank you.
Well,
So, according to Samuel Ekpa, he acts under the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once said in court that if they release him, the sit at home will stop the day they will. We'll continue the conversation. For now, you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Progress no dey happen just like that.
Customer, na transfer, abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point, oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor.
Oh, this.
All right, welcome back to the Monday edition of the Bomber Breakfast Show. It's TJ for me. What is that like? Anyways, yeah, you always know. Guess what? When you have a presenter that still happen to be your producer, and anytime you're on set, they always want to sit with you and was it what I put on the rundown you guys are discussing? Well, it is. I have Stanley Paul Ikao behind the camera. Big shout out to you. Good morning to you. But let's quickly talk before I check the newspaper review this morning. Federal government-backed defense headquarters as cool rumors sparks police of Nigeria. That the Independence Day, October. The reason why the parade was not done was because some senior military officials were trying to, have a coup, a military coup, and take over, government from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I will say, because we are human beings, this thing has happened in Nigeria not once, not twice, and it's currently happening in some states in Africa. When I say states in government, you call country state anyway, so I just use the layman language. In some African countries like Burkina Faso, like Niger Republic, and Mali. Is it Mali? Yes, Mali, yeah. Mali, military is currently taking over in those places. So it's likely you will see some people in Nigeria that would be growing the same mentality like we can do this. And maybe as a government student, things I studied about military era was that bad that I don't really want us to have a military era again. Yes, it can only be fantastic when it comes to decision making. They are very fast. They don't persuade. They don't negotiate. They use what they call the command style decree. Once they say this is what we are doing, to change it, right? So let's just look at what the government is saying, because it looks like the government is trying to play the devil's advocate in this matter. The federal government in Nigeria, so the writer now, on Sunday yesterday broke its silence over a report of alleged failed coup to trample the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in an interview with one of the newspapers in Nigeria on Sunday, said the government had faith in the Nigerian military and had no reason to doubt the position of the defense headquarters, which on Saturday dismissed the report of coup made by the director of the Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, said the military had denied a news report by Sa. No, you know who is the owner of Sahara.
Yeah, we know. That's why I laughed.
So sometimes I look at Shore, are you trying to set Nigeria on fire? Or is it your... Because is Shore thinking... Because he's the only protester that I know that calls for revolution. And he gets to tell you revolution now. But the truth is he aware about the consequences of revolution in any country or state? He might likely not to be alive. People, you start killing, people kill to eat. You eat human being. Because at that point, nobody wants to go out for anything. But why are you calling for such a thing in a country you want to govern? So it's giving the mentality of the same thing the Mazin and the Kalu boys are doing. I cannot be fighting for the Easterners and I will be killing them. When they interviewed the governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, his names, they are Igbos, they speak the same language. So why are they unknown? Look at what this guy did is he Olu in Imo State? Olu. And there's a particular place too in Iyala. Where's Iyala? Is it Anambra?
Iyala is in Anambra.
It's in Anambra. So for me to remember those places, there are places where even as a police officer, you can't wear your uniform outside. Because somebody will attack you, believing that they are using you against the people. Now that is one of the mentality. I don't want to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. The followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for you to have grown to feeling, because it started having was it his visa or identity card, Biafra identity card. Then I have Biafra radio. For you to create all of them to be you want to take over power, and you feel like insulting people who have more population than you. And politics is a game of number. That's why the president gets, because he knows name in the northeast. So when you have the number, you have the win. So if you are now condemning people who can add to your number, then you have problems. Now the same mentality that I feel like the follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has is the same thing Shore is carrying. The wife a citizen.
Likewise,
the children, they are citizens. Now the Kalu is a British citizen. So I feel like they tend to have an escape route first, so that anything happen. There's some Kuti, even though they had their own issue, because you can never be perfect.
Yeah.
Now, Abiola Ismail, let me start from you, because I want to believe, to an extent, you witness, even Barrister Pink, a little bit of the military era. The military administration will take Nigeria to a promise.
Deceive ourselves. The worst democracy is better than military era. The worst democracy is better than military
Even with the corruption,
because in democracy, yes, we might be saying that we don't have a freedom of speech and that, but there is freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association, everything. You can challenge your president, your governor. You dare not do that in military era. Look at what happened between 1984, till 1999. You might say that period, yes, we have kick against indiscipline. You have to kill, you have to do this, you have to do that. But can you look at your councillor, if they are rich, then can you look at your administrator? They are not. That is where military, and they can take anything, they can spend anything. Then, and now compare it to what we are experiencing today. So I will still
spend more.
I will still stand for democracy than going military.
Why Abiola is my stance for democracy? Again, government looks to be kind of pampering the military. Do you think it's a reverse psychology? Because if you ask me, personal opinion, I am sure somebody in the military is in one corner, and now they are saying, "Oh, we believe them. We are not doubting them. The coup is fake." Do you think it's a game?
It's not a game. See, I think every country military, because let me use the Roman era. There's something they call the Red Army era. There's something they call the Red Army and the Black Army. The Red Army and the Black Army. The Red Army don't offend even their general. They haven't came to town. Even Nero or even Caesar will be staring, looking at them, talking to them. You know why? If he sends somebody, because there's always somebody at the gates waiting for that general. Go and tell my troops they should come and take over. They will do that to Nero or to Caesar. So it has always been like that. You need to pamper the military. I hope you understand. And it's the duty of the police to put them in check. That's the truth. That's few days to Calabar.
Go on travel out of the country for OAU.
Yes.
Organization of African
and they told him instead
it was
interim.
It was interim.
Yeah.
Go back to Egba. And
so I really don't like it. The only thing about the military back then is that once they tell you today is environmental sanitation, especially when Marwa was the governor of
Lagos State.
When they will say today is environmental sanitation, you see everybody carrying a rake and broom to show that
the law was enforced by
that is not. They don't need to force you.
They don't need to force you.
Because they will knock on your door. Have you done environmental today? So the truth about this whole thing is just the spontaneous, the way people just react. That was why immediately Buhari was coming back as a demo. You see some people just sitting up. It was when they now realized that are you sure this Buhari is the Buhari of back then? Because it's democracy. He cannot act the way
he said it. Buhari said he does not like.
He even dropped his general, the name general. But the truth about this whole thing is that things, but they will conform, and even our cars. Even an odd number don't write the same day. They'll tell you in the 80s, this is the car that will pass that today. So if your number falls under even number.
Okay, so it's okay. That's looking like a punishment.
Exactly.
If he's getting to say, if he had said on Wednesday, no, that's the only time truck we move. That's what me. I'm even and so time.
Are they obeying?
We have transportation law that says.
It's a law for that, and that's what makes democracy.
Then another thing is freedom of speech. The likes of Wole Soyinka was very vocal. The likes of Fela was very vocal. I hope you understand, including Fela's mother too. And the likes of Wole Soyinka, I don't know of other people, but that man designer, I will go and create one award. Anytime I mistakenly see him, I'll give him, because he was impacting for the military. Because I don't know if they experienced what we went through. So
apparently I took my time to,
including this Biafra.
A lot of them. Some
the young people
are brainwashed already.
Is the young
they come and compete with you again. But the military, you cannot come and compete with you again. But the military, you cannot even do a lot of things. Abacha happened not to go to anywhere in his entire administration or regime. But there,
he actually that took the headquarters from Lagos to Abuja. Because the way they would just kick that gate in that Ikoyi, that's Dodon Barrack. The gate is not more than one.
So and if you check, they have their own advantages, to be sincere. Third Milan Bridge was built by the military administrators. And some other thing. Aso Rock was by the military administrators. And some other thing. Aso Rock was built by the military.
No, that was why Ibas can confidently say they did not pick him and it's the president. But you spend state money.
Anyways, I will go on a short break. When we come back, we'll go straight to the lucky stories that made it to the front pages of some Nigerian dailies this morning. Stay tuned.
That it come from support.
Money point.
That it come from support.
Money point. Thank you. Customer, na transfer, Abi? Confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. And as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where the carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you, they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.